Okay. So the slide we are looking at right now, it's for budget, virtual production on budget. Okay. But that basically means for everyone. Okay. So that's our presentation. So that the setup that you look at here right now. Okay, we have a car and there are few LED panels there. Okay, this is the technology that we have done at Merge XR. So basically we have best of both worlds. Okay, I'll show you what both worlds. Okay, key aspects of VP. Okay, so virtual production basically it's not new technology. It has been being done by many of the directors and since ages. Okay, from first. Okay, basically what people did is they used screens, they took projectors and they projected on the screens and they asked actor to act in front of it. Okay, like the old Bond movies when they used to drive in their Aston Martins. Okay, the background that was there of the vehicle.
A green screen, wherever green screen virtual production.
It's not necessary. Not necessary.
Okay.
Okay. See the word, the very word virtual production means there. It means that something that was supposed to be done on the other side, it's now being done virtually. Okay. Like physical meeting, virtual meeting on Zoom. That's it. Okay. Just because you're shooting in front of green screen does not mean virtual production. Okay. There has to be an aspect of real time in it. Are you able to see that particular feed? Are you able? Is that director or a producers or DOP able to understand what is coming out? If they get an idea just told of it, then that's virtual production. Okay. Basically bringing out a site which was somewhere else to a digital location and then shooting on it.
Real time shooting.
Real time. That's virtual production. Okay. So like I said, using projector to project a recorded video of a train moving and asking actor to act in front of it, virtual production. Okay. So nothing new. Right now we do it real time because now we can have lot of aspects of that moving picture in with depth, 3D data, camera tracking, movement. So basically the movement of the camera can also be reciprocated. So a lot of stuff is happening now. That's virtual production. But we have two types of virtual production. One is LED, so it's the one that you see here. So we have a LED screen there. Okay. So there is one screen, that's a primary screen. Then you see that small square in front of it, this one. This thing. Okay. Now that's frustum.
What?
Frustum. So the camera has a viewing frustum. Okay. So it's the amount of field of view that the camera can look at. Okay. Now that thing is something that we call as a primary frustum because it's a way it's what your camera is looking with at that particular position in that virtual world. That's it. And then there you have LED screen. And then you have a LED screen. Now why we did this is, see if you have an LED volume encompassing your talent, you get an ambient feel from all the environment. Okay. So if your environment is too bright, the talent gets evenly lit because of it. Okay. So basically the part where LED excels is you have a very nice dynamic lighting being casted because of an LED volume on it. Plus you get reflections. Okay. Now if I was to wear a very reflective clothing, okay, it would be very difficult for us to key it in green screen production. Okay, but with LED volume, okay, you get nice reflections from all the screens that are surrounding you. Okay, so ideally your LED screen should encompass or at least try to enclose the whole area where the actor is going to act in. Okay, depending on your budget. Okay, but you can do it, pull it off smartly. Like in this case, we align the LED such that it casts reflection in the area where the camera is able to see that there is reflection available. That's there. Then you get the one that we do at Merge XR is chroma virtual production. Okay, because it's cheaper. Having that kind of volume, considering how much space you need, will really increase. With the more space you go for, the cost will also increase. So it's not a huge win for small, medium productions, right? They don't want that. So that's why we do blue screen virtual production. So in this particular video, you can see a nice example. What is happening? You see, though there are foreground elements also happening. This is the foreground element, that pillar. Then you have the actor, and then you have a background. Okay. Now this is also all happening in real time. So we do chroma virtual production. Now, considering
as you mentioned, the negative point of LED volume VP.
Yes.
Like need a large space.
Yes.
That technology is expensive.
Correct.
But can you mention some positive aspect of LED volume?
LED. So like I said, if your actor is standing in that volume, okay, and these screens, they show what is there in that world. Okay, so it's better, it's more immersive. Your actor can feel how the environment looks like. Okay, they can react to the environment exactly as we want them to, because you can have those components there, right? Right now, if Imran was standing there, he can look at Nelson Mandela. He can feel how Nelson Mandela would look like as if he was there in Nelson Mandela Square in South Africa. Okay, so that's there, right? So on the top of it, nonetheless, the reflections are the key aspect why we use it. Okay, because people have been acting with green screen. Okay, they have been creatively acting, and actors are extremely amazing at it. Okay, but at the same time, a new age, old age actors or very new age actors who are very quite new to VFX, for them it's quite easy to act out if they can see what exactly the environment looks like. So it's more immersive. You get reflections, plus you do not have to key out the actor. Okay, because you are actually recording him as if the actor is already there. You are recording them there. Okay, so there is all the VFX part that you have to do, chroma keying and taking care of other stuff. You don't have to basically do it. You just directly record it.
No VFX basically.
This is VFX. Someone has to take care of those buildings, right?
process.
We'll come to that part.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but in that case, if there is no keying required,
Yes.
so it saves time.
Yes, it does save time. That's why
Rather
virtual
than
production is.
chroma.
Yes, but in chroma we have something called as hardware keyer or software based key, depending on what we go for.
But it saves time basically.
it saves time on LED a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. But now, as you see, and the very basic fact that I mentioned that saves time for your keying is also a bane for virtual production or LED. Because, like I said, if you are recording me in front of this TV can also be used for VP, by the way, because it's an LED screen. Okay. If you want to do a small shoot of a cold drink in front of this TV, that can be done. Now, God forbid you record that particular cold drink in front of a background that the director or DOP is not happy with. Now you have to key them out. Okay. So, considering how film production work, people need something that is very iterative and gives a lot of comfort for them to change it in the post also, if need be. For example, there could be some censorship guidelines that you have to adhere to, considering what particular country you are launching it into, right? You might have to change certain posters, who knows? But if you make it with LED, it's in-camera VFX. So it means the very word in-camera VFX for LED means all your VFX is now baked inside that raw footage. So God forbid you have to change something, you have to go through the roto route. Okay. But now there are technologies for it to handle it. What you can do is the same camera can help you record two footages. One, as if the background is behind you, and it quickly takes another photo where this background becomes green. So you have two footages, one with plate and the actor, and one footage with the same actor, same position, same action, but with green screen. So you get both footages, best of two worlds. It's very costly, but that can be done. So that technology is also there. Okay. And but on chroma, everything
But
is
it doing simultaneously?
Yes, it does simultaneously. Okay, so when you are there in that stage, you can actually see that the image looks a little green. Why? Because there is simultaneously a green picture being taken. So you see that green there. That's the thing. Okay, so that's LED, that's chroma. Best of two world is hybrid. Okay, for hybrid, the positive point is
No. Can
Yes.
you mention, like, can you describe the chroma?
chroma. Yes. So in chroma, what you do is you shoot it in front of green screen. Your actor is there. We shoot them in front of green screen. Okay. The green screen gets keyed out depending on what people use. We are using hardware keyer. You can also use software keyer. And you get the extracted matte of the actor. You put the actor in front of a background. So now I forgot to mention this LED volumes. They have something called as pixel pitch. This density of the pixels. Like on this TV, it's quite condensed, right? If you go for this particular pixel pitch in market, you will get quite easily you'll get background because they will be very costly. So the best pixel pitch out there right now at the market would be like, I don't know, 0.8 pixel pitch, 0.8. That basically means at how much the distance is between each pixels. Okay. So, and what happens is if you go for a 0.8 pixel pitch and you record on it and you have to create a huge volume of it, it will cost us a bomb. Okay. But the very fact that we use LED is to get reflections predominantly, because I know you will always suggest that it's better for my actor to feel immersed, right? But not all productions can afford it. But if you still want to have real-time reflections, what we can do is we can use a lower pixel pitch LED volume, like the pixel pitches LED volumes used in outdoor advertisements.
Okay.
Okay, those are 3.9 pixel pitch, 5 pixel pitch. They are terrible, but they are very good at one thing. They are very bright. Okay, so if we use those kind of LED volumes to create reflections, plus we have green screen for the background, in this case blue screen, we get best of two worlds. For the reflections, we use 3.9 pixel pitch volume. It's cheaper, it's very cost effective. Okay, plus you get all the other benefits of virtual production.
No.
On green screen and LED, there is no difference between them apart from the very technology that they are being relied upon. Okay, and the reflection part. But the whole fundamental of them is same. The green screen, LED, talent, camera, tracked. These footages get real-time comped, and what director sees is a feed with an actual CG background and your talent inside that background for them to understand what the composition is going to look like in the final pixel. That's it. I'll come to the point. Wait. So hybrid virtual production, like I said, is used where you use LED, low polished LEDs for reflections, and blue screen for the background. So that's there. Okay. Now key aspect, this stuff I'll just skip it because we also do this, but these are very important for the pipeline. I'll talk about this later. Okay. This involves motion capture and performance capture. This is basically a previs. Then you get real-time VFX. That's the whole aspect why VP is being into play. You get all these smoke effects, all the effects. You get shadows and other stuff. Then there is this vehicle crossing. You a lot of stuff VFX happening in real time. Okay. Then you get simultaneous edits. Basically all the other jargons. We are not focused on that aspect. Now this is where we are going to focus on. What's the difference between green screen and LED volume? Few of them I already mentioned, right? This is LED volume, VP. Okay, just have a look at it. So you see these reflections here, right? You see nice reflections being casted on that vehicle. Now those are very difficult to do in green screen, because what you will see in the green screen is green screen reflections everywhere. You stand there with a chroma ball, you will see green screen. But in this case, the LED volume is reflecting the LED light and the environment itself on this vehicle. So it's very nice. This kind of productions are very good. Sorry, a vehicle ad or something that involves a very reflective product or an actor, it's better that you shoot it in green LED volume. Okay, but the very fact that this helps you with reflection, you have to also understand, if you do not shoot it properly, your camera, your crew and your everything is going to get visible in that particular volume. Okay, like in this case, they were not very careful. Okay, so you can actually see the Jimmy Jib, the camera, the operators and everyone, they are all visible in the volume. Okay, but that is still needs to be taken care of. Okay, some of this aspect may also be had to be taken care inside post. Can't be doing real time. It's very difficult to handle it in real time as of now. So, why VP? Like I said, dynamic lighting. If your scene is red, your actor looks red. Okay. Realistic reflections, already talked about it, and talent immersion. Like in this case, the actor can feel that they are standing in a rocky environment. It's quite prominent, right? It's out there. The LED is screaming that I'm in rocky environment, right? Then the common aspect, this four, what I've written here, are common for both green screen and for LED virtual production. Okay, that is reduce production cost. The very fact people want to do VP is that they don't have to take their crew to a different site, worry about getting permissions, worry about their accommodation, worry about their food, worry about their dates, worry about the visas, okay, and all those stuff, weather, lighting, other kind of stuff. In studio environment, it's studio environment. Everything is in your control. Okay, if you want to do the same shot 10 times, it can be done 10 times. Okay, but not outside. Okay, then you get a creative control from day zero. Okay, because everything, the whole damn environment is virtual. So if you don't want that particular poster to be there or that prop to be there, it can be controlled real time. Okay, on the day of the shoot also, if you want to tweak something, although we don't advise on that aspect, but you can tweak that environment. You don't like a tree, get rid of it, delete, done. You can still be done. Okay. The point is reduce post-production time. Okay.
But here in the LED, like,
yes,
like if you see carefully that the ground
It's real.
that's real.
Yes, for LED virtual productions, you do require
Some
on top
stones are
priority.
really
You need a
there.
production designer on stage.
Okay.
Okay, without a production designer, you cannot do an LED shoot. Okay, unless you are going for that feel.
Okay.
Okay, like in this case, they needed a production designer. Someone had to come in, design that floor with those rocks there, with those materials and everything. Then there will be an Unreal artist who comes into play, who will understand how that particular material on the floor is and apply the same material to other background objects. Okay.
And one more example you showed where the guy is crossing the road.
Yes.
A car passes
Yes.
away. So that cannot be achieved on LED, right? That can be achieved only on.
We
Green.
at Merge XR can achieve that in LED.
How can you do that?
Yes.
Because
So
how can you get the depth?
So right, see what you can do is you can have green screen on the floor, okay,
Uh-huh.
and with LED you can also
Oh,
have
so
the
it is
background.
basically example of hybrid.
Yes, we'll do hybrid. We'll do
But
hybrid.
it cannot be done purely on your
LED, no, not purely on LED, no, not at all. Now this is the reason why we don't do LED. Okay.
Oh, high rental setup. That is
Yes.
getting the biggest-
No Indian production has that this kind of budget unless and until you're going for extremely high budgeted productions.
But when you say high budget, like
Hmm.
what is the cost for that? Like
For LED,
a day, a rental?
give and
India-
take
in
will
India?
cost you around 12-13 lakhs a day.
A day.
A day. Just for LED, by the way. I'm not including your camera rentals, your light rentals, your crew rentals, nothing. Just for the studio with air conditioning and your LED on, that's 13 lakhs a day.
It's huge, actually huge.
Okay, and maybe with number of days that you're increasing, it can come down to maybe 9 lakhs. I don't know. Okay. Then volume size. Depending on the size of the volume, if you want a larger volume, the cost goes up. Absent 3D depth. Now this is something that you have to feel it. Okay, I can't really show it to you. This has to be seen. Okay, right now we don't have a setup here for LED volume, but I could have shown you that 3D depth is prominently absent inside the LED volume. It's terrible. In current light spectrum, I'll show you an example. Color accuracy, I'll show you an example. Require set designer. You need another person crew on the stage itself. Limited flexibility in the post. Like I said, everything is baked inside the camera. God forbid you have to change something. Do the chroma route. Okay. Then LED moire effect. This is absent. Like if you go for a 0.8 pixel pitch LED volume, there will be no moire. Moire is present in lower cost. Low cost. Moire is this graining that happens on LED volume.
Oh, okay.
Okay. See, if you focus on this TV, right, this pixel will start coming up. They pop out. That's moire effect.
At some moment, yeah.
Yeah. Then you can use only in indoor, no outdoor shoots. We can do outdoor shoots for
You can?
green screen. You can add a green screen volume out there and you can shoot outside.
Okay.
Okay. The LED volumes, maybe it's very difficult to do LED volume outside. Okay. And limited camera angle. Now this can be taken care with technology. Okay. This will definitely the part where I've added asterisks can be handled with technology. Okay. Like the same reason, if I go on this side, my TV will start reflecting stuff from that angle. Okay. That happens. You can't do anything about it. Okay, so what they are coming up with is anti-reflective coating, extremely black coating, and so on, so on. So they are coming up with that. Okay, Sony has the best LED volume
Can
right
you
now.
come again? Can you come again? Like what reflection are you talking about?
Imagine this was an LED volume. Okay, so if I bring my hand here,
Oh,
my hand
okay,
is visible
okay.
in this, right?
Okay, so basically you're saying they are coming up with a coating on the screen itself.
Yes, which is not reflective. Okay.
Okay.
So now what happens is if you have a small LED pixels here, small LED pixels, right? They are made of glass. Now if you turn on this light, you can see the specularity of this light inside the LED volume, and that causes problem. But they have coatings, they are coming up with coatings, so maybe with time they can handle it. So for now there is a limited camera angle. Okay, you have to be very careful. Like so that's the reason why most of the LED volumes are like horseshoe in shape. They will go spherical. They won't have straight. They don't do straight. Okay, straight are easy to calibrate, by the way. Okay, but you will have very limited camera angle approach. This is a problem with LED. Human eyes can see 400 to 700 nanometer, give and take, roughly in that ballpark. Okay, LEDs cannot reproduce 400 to 700 nanometer at all. understand this.
No, it cannot.
No. No LED volume can reproduce the whole spectrum of the visible color that we can see. Okay, that's why there is a color accuracy chart. Rec 709 100%, RGB 100%, DCPI 300%. So this particular color accuracy chart basically tells about how much the coverage in the visible spectrum that that particular volume is going to cover. Okay, so you can see in this case when this guy is standing outside in the bright sunlight, the t-shirt looks like this, but the moment he comes inside the volume, the t-shirt looks like this. Who wants this? No one.
This is because of what?
LED. That LED, see, the most difficult LED to produce is blue.
It is difficult to produce.
Yes. Blue light LEDs are very, they are a billion dollar problem. Okay. Because the spectrum that we as human beings in the matter of technology have not able to achieve to the full extent is blue. Okay. Because of that blue LED, it is causing fluorescence on his shirt. That's an issue. And maybe because of other LEDs also. Because they are not casting accurate white. Okay. So what they did is, it's a very quite old paper by the way. Okay. So the same people, they had a very intelligent idea. Okay. That does not work with the very traditional LEDs by the way. These are custom made LEDs specifically handmade to cater this particular problem. So what they will do is they will have volumes like this, and inside that volume they will integrate an RGB WY LED. There are RGB LEDs, red, green, blue. Then there are
White and yellow.
RGB WY LED, white and yellow, to create accurate spectrum. Because white LEDs will be white, yellow LEDs will create yellow for you. Okay, so you get coolness because of the white, warm because of the yellow. Okay, so they have those kind of LED. Now, God forbid you have to go for those kind of LEDs, it's damn costly. Okay, now this is the same very reason why if you look at LED productions out there right now, most of them look like as if they are deliberately shot with low light theme. Okay, like if you look at the Batman. Okay, वो इसका what was the actor? Robert Pattinson. Okay, most of the shots are taken with LED volume, right? So it's all dark. They have done it dark, right? For the same reason. But if you can still shoot, see, ideally you can correct him. This guy could have been corrected, right? All you need is a nice nice bright light, creating the same HDRI lighting that you had when you captured this particular scene in the background. If you have that, you can create that particular lighting. It's not an issue. Okay, but with this, like I said, with an LED volume, you won't get a correct lighting spectrum at all. It cannot be done. You have to have a other lighting component present. But the very reason you are using LED, if I'm correct, could be because you wanted reflections. The moment you get a new light involved, for example, field light with a huge skimmer, that is going to get visible in your reflections now. Best of luck getting them out. Okay, so you have to be very careful about what kind of shots you pull off with this. See, most of the LED productions, they look like this. All are either thematic or they don't do very bright shots. Okay. This is green screen. Have a look at it. This is done by us in Ramoji. So this was director's output. This is real time. So that's foreground. It's not real. We added that in CG. It's real time.
This was added later on, right?
No, this is all real time.
Oh, real time only.
Yes. This is way back. It goes back to 2021. 2021 June. We shot this. Till now we have improved on our engine rendering capabilities a lot. I'll change it now. The benefits of green screen. Okay, complete control in the post, budget friendly. Okay, then you get amazing depth of field because we are adding that CG directly from computer and adding it behind the actor. Okay, we can accurately calculate the depth, and we have complete control on the depth also, not like LED. Okay, your volume is as large as your studio, so no volume dependencies. Okay, fast setup, we can do it very fast. For LED, if you have to do a LED setup you will take another studio, you will need a crew there, a huge whole damn crew. But with this, all you need to tell them is put a green screen there and we'll come up with our crew. That's it. It supports outdoor shooting, like I said. Better color accuracy because there is nothing being taken away from you. You are using all your traditional lighting stuff. Okay, nothing is being taken away from the DOP. Right? So you have better color accuracy. Low requirement for the stage design. Like in this case, you saw there is no stage design apart from the props. Okay. Ideally, this is our motto and we stick to it. Okay. If the actor touches it, that thing has to be real. Period. Okay.
Like that chair,
Chair.
paper.
Yes. Because it adds more realism. See, the thing is, if you want me to pick up a very heavy bag, right, and you tell me you just pick it in the air, there's no momentum there. Okay, there is no physical reaction, there is no muscle mass, nothing happening, right? It's better to do it with an actual physical object of the same mass. You get a better interaction with it. Okay, the only thing that we face problem is reflections. But like it's already written there, we can solve it with hybrid virtual production. So we have technology for that. Okay. Now the very big problem that we have right now, which we are still trying to figure out, but it's not very huge, okay, because we can take care of it in post, is we may require some matte cleanup. Not always your green screen is going to be perfect. Okay. So you will require some kind of little bit of matte cleanup. So matte means basically if your actor is there and the light is not very uniform on your green screen, then you will get some kind of artifacts. It won't key properly. So to clean it out, we call it matte cleanup. So this is what we consider our vision. Okay, see, the producer only cares about money. The director cares about that they have complete control on their vision. Okay, and the audience only care about their film and how great it has been made. They don't care if your film was shot on LED. Neither do they care if it was shot on green screen. Okay. They want their final pixels to be top notch. Okay. So that's what we bring them with green screen. If they can achieve their stuff within the budget with high pixel quality, okay, with green screen, so it's a plus win for everyone, right, involved in the shoot. So now we'll skip this slide. Okay. So the things that we focus on and the technology that we cater to majorly, okay, it's for productions which are extremely low. Like in this case, I'm talking about productions that are the whole budget is under 1 crore. Okay. So our technology is ready for them. So it's better that they opt for us. Okay. So this is the minimum investment that they require. Okay, I'm going to skip all these slides. Okay, so eventually this slide will convert into a part where we will talk about this is literally how much we eventually will get your costing down for the hardware. Within 11 lakhs you can start your own VP Studio. Okay, this you all need to be aware about. So these are all the trackers in the market. Okay, my favorite tracker is ViveMass, but it's a budget friendly tracker, cannot be used for huge volumes at all. Okay, what we use is Moses. Where is Moses? There is Moses. Okay, then you have all these trackers. They are all beautiful trackers. Everyone has their own perks. Everyone has their own problems. Okay, but we rely on Moses. You got Stipe, you got OptiTrack. OptiTrack also helps you record human motions. So they have their own perk, but it's very costly.
Tell something about the trackers, what they do and why are they used.
Yeah. So in our case, when we say virtual production, see, when the camera moves,
Hmm.
okay, it has to make the computers understand
Hmm.
that the movement is being happened
Hmm.
and how it is happening in real time.
Hmm.
Trackers help you track your camera, physical camera,
Hmm.
and replicate same movement on a virtual camera.
Virtual camera is acha, okay.
In the computer.
Computer.
So there are two cameras that are getting played simultaneously.
Hmm.
Okay, there is the real camera that records the talent.
Hmm.
Then there is a virtual camera that records the CG,
Virtual.
the virtual background.
Okay.
Okay, virtual background and foreground simultaneously. Okay, so to communicate between both of them, we require tracker. Okay, is tracker must? No. We can propose you a pipeline
Hmm.
where you do not require trackers at all.
Is it expensive?
Trackers are expensive. They start from 5 lakhs, can go up till
No, for renting anyway. Like, yeah. I'm thinking from production side, not from.
Ideally for studios, it's not advised to rent out trackers. Studios should buy their own tracker.
Okay.
Okay.
No, if I am going, like if I have a project and I want to get something short on VP, right? I don't care about the market.
So that's why we have a very mobile setup, right?
Hmm.
We take our Moses setup, we'll bring it to you. That's it.
Okay.
So we provide a complete package.
Oh, it comes with tracker and
Yes, we provide them. Our technology comes with tracker. Okay. What we don't provide them is the camera and other stuff.
Now tell me one thing. If the film is shot on Arri LF,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
and when I come to you, I say that for these particular scenes I want to do VP.
Correct.
So you are going to work on Arri LF only, or you are going to say no, Arri LF is not good for VP. We have to go to Blackmagic or
Yeah.
Venice.
So in this case, like you mentioned, if the client approaches us with certain objective
Hmm.
and certain,
No, the entire film is shot on LF only, right?
it's okay. See, if a client has a strict requirement
Hmm.
or guidelines on what kind of equipment they want to opt for,
Hmm.
okay, we don't challenge them.
I have shot everything. Why generally people want to shoot everything on LF? I'm just giving an example because they want things to be constant
Yes.
for the entire film,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Now, when you bring Blackmagic or any other camera,
Yeah. Then there is something called as color correction pipeline.
okay.
Yes, it's possible. Vivek bhai, the only difference different cameras offer you is the way they process their colors.
Okay, that's
It's a color science on the camera.
Okay.
So different cameras have different color science.
Okay.
But does that mean that if you have shot your 75-minute feature film, among which 70 has been shot on RE, and now last 5 minutes you have to shoot on different camera, can that be done? Yes, people have been doing it. How do you think people incorporate drone shots in the film? Okay.
Right. That's a good
Yeah.
example.
No, but you can tell me, no, they use the same camera on a very big drone and they use it. Yes, right.
No, I have shot
Yeah.
a GoPro.
Yes,
kind of.
but people use GoPro footages, people use DJI footages. Okay, how do they do it? They do it with color corrections.
Okay.
Okay, so ideally, if you know that your shoot might eventually transform to a different camera, you might want to have a VFX supervisor on your set.
Okay.
Okay, who is in charge of this particular thing. Okay, he will make sure that your camera is recorded, all your footages is recorded with all the camera intrinsic parameters and the color charts and the color accuracy diagrams that is required for the post production to match it properly. Okay,
Oh,
so eventually,
this is VFX supervisor's job.
Yes,
to
yes, to
check
make
all
sure.
the colors and
Yes.
everything.
yes, they will make sure that you get all this data.
Okay.
Then you saw that chart, the color correction chart that I showed you.
Yeah.
So that chart has RGBA, CMYK.
Hmm.
Okay, all those colors on it. It also has some kind of skin tone because different camera treats skin tone differently. Right now we are in a stage where you won't believe almost all the camera companies out there have a very, very scientifically accurate color science. Okay, see, the problem starts when you introduce two different cameras. Okay, now I'm talking about mobile cameras. You can't go mobile. Okay, because the way Apple treats skin tone in front of sunlight and the way Samsung phone treats skin tone in front of sunlight, these two phones are completely different from how actual cameras treat your skin tone in front of sunlight. Okay, now these two cameras, they are designed to make you look beautiful. Okay, now though that's the issue. Okay, but it is completely possible for you to shift from RE Alexa LF do black magic. But in this case, like you have said, what we will eventually do for a client like you who is asking us, can we do it or we want to stick with RELF, all we can do is we can request you, can you do other RE camera? Like in our case, we'll request you to go for RE Mini.
Okay.
Okay, Alexa Mini. Okay, if not, we can go for something else that will suit your need better. Okay.
Okay. But anyway, if color correction is the solution, then
Yes, there is a
you
solution out
can-
there.
You
Don't
can
worry.
use any camera.
Yeah. This is a hardware का सब है अपना.
Hmm.
If all this working on it. Anyways, this is just VP checklist managed. You can have it. This is wire diagram. Okay. ये, we have a different wire diagram, but this is something that traditionally people use. Anyways, okay, it's useless. Yes, this answers your question. Okay.
Which
So
question?
we have built our own color correction pipeline.
Hmm.
Okay. So you can see in this image
Hmm.
how terrible that looks.
Hmm.
Okay. Now this is the color corrected platform of it. See, the white looks white. Okay. And your RGB, so everything looks accurately as they want us to be, right? Like we want them to be, right? But the problem is, now you will tell me, oh no, but this black does not look black, there's an issue there. Yes, the thing is, your color correction stuff will not yield accurate result. They will try to color correct it as much as possible. That's
Okay.
it. It's not always accurate. Okay. Anyways, we won't discuss about it. It's too technical. Okay. We'll forget this. It's also too technical.
What is that? Say something.
No, yes. So like I said, Unreal Engine uses something called as composure, right? So this is an example. This is how your viewport looks like. When I say viewport, this is your raw pixel of the map that the artist sees and your director is expecting to get at the end. This.
Okay.
Okay. This is what Unreal Engine throws out. You see how
Oh.
pixelated this is.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And this is how our composure looks like. So this and this are accurate. They are both same. They are
What is
literally both
composure?
same. Okay, composure is something that Unreal Engine uses for you to give as a frame
Okay.
for the background. Okay. अरे
So this middle वाला thing is वो director screen पे वो आता है
हाँ, अगर Unreal Engine का composure यूज किया तो ये दिखेगा उसको.
क्या? Okay.
ठीक है. हमारा composure यूज किया, हमारा composure ही नहीं, हम लोग कुछ composure ही यूज करते. हमारा जो भी यूज किया कॉम्पिंग का सॉफ्टवेयर वो ये देगा.
Okay.
तो ये और ये एक्यूरेट है.
Accurate है.
पूरा सेम है ये. इंच टू इंच, पिक्सल टू पिक्सल सेम है.
ज़्यादा
मेक श्योर कि
details
हमने.
है इसमें।
ठीक है.
इसमें ज्यादा डिटेल है
वो बस बायस होगा. It's just a bias. Trust me, but both are same. Okay. हाँ, इसमें ज़्यादा डिटेल है. Yes. थोड़ा गनी है.
Yes.
I don't know man. Anyways. ठीक है. Next. Yes. Now we have something called as talent tracking. That's your guy.
Hmm.
Virtual world में इसका reflection कैसे आ रहा है ज़मीन पे?
Hmm.
दिख रहा है उसका reflection ज़मीन पे? ये देखो.
हाँ.
ठीक है. तो हमारे पास talent tracking का सॉफ्टवेयर है. और हम लोग हार्डवेयर नहीं यूज करते. We don't use any hardware.
Oh.
We do it based on computer vision only. Okay. वो कैमरे का फीड लेते हैं, कैमरा we process the camera feed and we give the track data directly to the engine, and the engine understands where the actor is standing. Okay. Now this is our auto color calibration software. Okay. You see how much the difference between the two spheres is. Now this sphere is present inside engine. This sphere is present inside the world. See, color calibrated. Boom, done. Both of them look almost same. See. Right?
Hmm.
Now the emphasis on the word almost same, because color calibration, the way the color accuracy gets matched between two is an iterative process. What engine will do simultaneously, it will tweak little value till the point that it thinks this looks comfortable enough. There is an error prone zone there. It is always there. You can't really accurately calibrate. Okay, I'll tell you, Vivek bhai, I want this thing kept here exactly. So I'll move this now. And you will come in, you will put it here, okay. But almost like the more you look at the accuracy of it, you will have errors the moment you reach like nanometer scales, okay. Because as a human being, we will never be able to place it exactly there, right? Okay, because there is no contraption there to understand how exactly you are going to place it. So that's the same stuff with this. So charts help you, but they are not always accurate.
Tell me about that. The first talent track, no hardware.
Yes.
So basically, even on the green, you can see the reflection
Yes.
on the green as well.
Hey, this is green screen.
Oh.
This guy here is
So when he is
on green
walking
screen.
and there is some water spill.
Yes, you can see him there.
Oh.
But there is
this
no
is
water on
actually this is actually what the talent track hardware is.
tracker did. Yes, but we have no hardware, software.
Oh.
Okay, and there is no water in the green screen. We
Mhm.
are doing this.
Okay.
We are simulating this. Okay. Then you have something called as digital zoom. All these are technical. I'm not going to go on this. Okay. That's hybrid VP. You get reflections from the LED screen. See reflections. Okay. देख लो ये इतना आगे जाते हैं. That's your director output. In hybrid VP, we do not guarantee very high pixels quality on director's output, but we do guarantee very high pixel quality on the post production. Yes, because hybrid involves a lot of moving stuff. Okay, it's very difficult to get it calibrated. Okay, so it's okay for budgeted productions. They are happy with it.
Okay.
Okay, because like I said, everyone cares about the final pixel. No one cares if you are giving them, oh, हमको उसी दिन stage पे चाहिए था. People don't care. Okay.